You got up early today. That's what my mother told me when she walked into the kitchen at 5 a.m. in the morning and found me rummaging in the fridge for some food. But she didn't know that I wasn't awake early. I hadn't even slept and it was 5 in the morning. I've always had trouble with sleeping early, but this pandemic really messed up my sleep cycle. During the days in March and April 2020, I had especially hard time going to bed early. It had almost become normal to go to bed at 5 a.m. and wake up at 2 p.m. the next day. And I was so sad because of this, because you keep hearing every time on social media and on the internet that you need to wake up at 5 a.m. to be more productive. If you wake up early, you can get more work done. I felt so guilty that I wasn't able to wake up early. I even tried extreme measures like not sleeping at all one night so I could sleep early at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. the next day. But even that didn't work. Until one day, I gave up trying to sleep early. This video is about my experiences of how I turned my inability to sleep on time into my superpower. It has some points that are backed by research and some very interesting, amazing facts. And it will help you understand how you can sleep late, and even then, it will not affect your health, your productivity, or your mood. So, hello everyone, my name is Ananksha Alamian and welcome to this video about how to turn your inability to sleep on time into a superpower. The first trick is to maintain the consistency. A 2010 study from the University of Illinois found that students who woke up late got worse grades in their first year of college compared to early sleepers. However, a 2017 study by Harvard Medical School found that the relation between late wake time and bad grades can be reversed by maintaining the consistency of sleeping at a particular time. This study established that, irrespective of the wake time or the going to bed time, the students who consistently went to bed and woke up at the same time each day were more likely to get better grades than the students who did not have any consistency in their sleep cycle. In essence, the quality and consistency of your sleep patterns matter more than when you're going to sleep or when you're waking up. Sure, a lot of content on social media might make you believe that waking up at 5 a.m. is the only way to boost your productivity. But as Dr. Charles Czeisler, director of Harvard Medical School's Division of Sleep Medicine, told CNN, if you go to bed at 2 and wake up at 9, that's fine. You just have to consistently do the same thing. No wonder even when I went to bed at 5 a.m. and woke up at 2 p.m., I didn't feel any dip in my productivity, especially because it had become a routine. Go to bed at 5 every night and wake up at 2 every day. And this was messed up, but it seemed to work for me. But what about the so-called health benefits of sleeping early on the human body? And the answer is the trick is in the motion. According to a study published in the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, people who sleep late spend more time sitting than early risers. The researchers studied a group of 123 healthy adults and found that the late sleepers have difficulty maintaining an exercise routine, and they also face difficulties in standing up. So, how can you turn the results from science into something that you can incorporate into your life? And the answer is keep moving. Invest in the standing table and don't spend all of your time sitting. If you think standing tables are expensive, you can do this cool little trick I did, where I kept the cardboard Amazon box on my table and I made it into a standing desk. It's super effective and it's super cheap. And it's also a good way to recycle these old cardboard boxes. Aside from that, if you go to sleep late, make sure you incorporate some form of exercise into your routine. It can be by walking, or it can be doing 10 to 15 minutes of stretches every morning after you wake up. And if you find difficulty to make time for walking in your schedule, you can take all your phone calls while walking. Walking while talking is a great way to increase your daily step count as well as maintain a healthy lifestyle. Another interesting aspect of sleeping late is the food habits. According to a study by Northwestern Medicine, it was found that people who sleep late consume 248 calories more each day than the people who sleep early. This comes from twice as much fast food and half the number of vegetables and fruits compared to the people who go to bed early. Another study by the Oregon Health and Science University found that The body's internal clock prompts us to reach out for sweet, salty, or starchy food after 8 p.m. at night. Looking at it from an evolutionary point of view, this might be our body's response because our ancestors were used to storing sweet, starchy, or fatty food at night because it might be scarce the next day and it was a survival tactic for them. But in today's time, unhealthy eating habits can lead to excessive weight gain or loss of the body's natural ability to be flexible. This eating late at night was not an issue for me because I've been following the 16-8 hours intermittent fasting rule for over 6 months now. And the basic idea is that I eat everything, all my daily calorie limits in an 8-hour window, and the rest 16-hour window is for fasting. But if you don't want to subject your body to this extreme fasting and eating cycle, what can you do to make sure that you don't end up eating unhealthy late at night? According to Cynthia Sass, here are the 5 steps you can take to make sure your eating habits are not unhealthy. First is start thinking of food as fuel for activity rather than something you mindlessly consume just because you're bored. If you struggle with binge eating habits late at night, make sure that you don't include food into your routine. So it's about rewiring your brain to think of food as having no place in your lifestyle after dinner. Plan your meals in advance so you don't end up ordering too much takeaways and then you have the excuse that you need to finish the food so you don't throw it away. Keep a food journal and track your calorie intake for the day. Believe that you can. Take a deep breath and visualize a version of yourself who is not consuming too many calories. If you see it, if you believe it, you can definitely do it. All said and done, how did I get back to real life? Sleeping late at night is not bad for health as established by science. But if you always sleep at night, your schedule would be off from the schedules of the rest of the people in the world. And if somebody has a meeting at 9 a.m., it might be difficult for you to wake up. So, how do you get your body to adjust to the routine of the people all around you? In a 2019 study by Sleep Medicine, researchers worked with 22 healthy adults over a period of 3 weeks who tried to incorporate simple, practical, non pharmaceutical interventions into their routine to get back into a healthy sleep cycle. So, these changes include the first step is waking up 2-3 hours earlier and getting as much sunlight as possible. The second step is going to bed 2-3 hours earlier than their usual time and minimizing their exposure to artificial light at night. The third is sticking to the same sleep and wake times every day for the period of 3 weeks. And the last is maintaining healthy eating habits, which includes a light breakfast the first thing in the morning, a healthy lunch sometime later, and a good filling dinner not after 7 p.m. at night. This improved sleep cycle led to a lot of health improvements in the participants, including better strength and great physical shape and less feelings of depression or anxiety. So to wrap this video up, you can turn your inability to sleep on time into a superpower. Here are the 3 things that you need to remember. The first is that go to sleep and wake up at a consistent time each day. The second is do not end up sitting all night. Get a standing desk and incorporate some exercise into your routine. And the third is maintain healthy eating habits. Don't eat any snacks after dinner. And if you want to get back to this normal schedule of waking up at a socially acceptable time, then you can do that by slowly waking up 2-3 hours earlier each day and going to bed 2-3 hours earlier than your normal time, getting as much sunlight as possible and eating healthy. At the end of the day, if you're feeling lethargic and don't have any motivation to start the day, maybe these are the signs your body is telling you that you need to change your lifestyle in some way. As my friend who's a doctor once told me, your body knows better than any doctor. So learn to trust your body and learn to give it what's best for it. And remember, chasing unrealistic expectations that a bunch of articles on the internet told you might not always be the correct way. Sometimes what you are doing might as well work for you best. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you so very much for watching. If you have any questions or you'd like to discuss your own experiences, let me know in the comments. I'll be back again soon with a new video. Till then, stay awesome. Bye.